Hello, as promised, I will be showing you how to join these motifs. If you watch my previous tutorial, you will see that I did show you how to crochet this lovely motif. Okay, we're gonna get started. So what you need is a motif that you already fully completed, okay? And you're gonna get a motif where you completed 3 sides. And I have just one popcorn stitch on this side, so you need something like that when you're completing the other side, okay? So this is the uncompleted side that I'm working with to join onto this motif, and I already have one popcorn stitch here and I made 2 chains. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna grab my peach yarn, push my needle through my 2 popcorn stitch at the top, and pull my loop through with my 2 chain stitch and make 1 chain. I'm gonna go back in where I have my 1 popcorn stitch, and I'm making a total of 4 double crochets, and I'm gonna pull my yarn through, and I'm making a total of 4 chains. I'm going in the stitch after my popcorn stitch, and I'm gonna make 1 2 chains. I'm gonna get my opposite popcorn, and I'm pushing the needle through the picot or picot. So I'm pushing the needle through here. So this is what you're joining, these, okay, and you're joining in here. So I'm gonna push my needle through here, take my 2 chain stitch with the loop, and I'm pulling it through. I'm making 1 chain, and then I will be going in this same stitch on this opposite side to make a picot or picot, because you're matching them up. You're making picot or picot on the same side, and then I'm gonna make 1 2 3 4 chains. I'm going in this stitch, I'm making 1 2 chains, and I'm going again in the picot or picot depending on your pronunciation, and I'm pulling my yarn through. Let's make sure we have this in the middle, otherwise it's not going to come through. So let's try this again, and there we go. 1 chain, join to form a picot or picot, and then 1 2 3 4 chains. We're gonna go over on top of this other picot, and I'm making a single crochet, and then 1 2 chains. I'm gonna grab the last picot, and I'm pulling through, and I'm making 1 chain, and I am making another picot. So you should have something that looks like this. Okay, so I'm gonna make a total of 4 chains. 1 2 3 4. I'm gonna go in my last stitch. So as you can see, I am just gonna close these off. So I'm taking this and I'm taking this together, so there you go. So we joined our first set. Okay, I'm gonna cut my yarn and make sure you have enough cut so you can tie it securely so it does not get loose in the future. So I'm gonna go through the back, and I'm just gonna make a knot, a loop, pull it through. So you have the first set joined. Now I'm gonna take this one, which is my pink, and I will be joining it from this direction. So I'm gonna go in my orange, and I'm gonna pull this. As you can see, I only have 1 popcorn stitch, and I'm gonna take the yellow, and I'm gonna take the pink, and I'm gonna pull the yarn through, make one chain. I'm going in this stitch and I'm making a total of 4 double crochets where the one popcorn stitch is to form another popcorn stitch. And then I'm making 1, 2, 3, 4 chains. I'm going in the stitch after the popcorn stitch where the chain stitch is, and I'm making a single crochet, and then I'm gonna make 1, 2 chains. I'm gonna grab my other pattern over here or motif, and I'm gonna go in the picot or picot, and I'm gonna pull the yarn through. I'm gonna go through and make another picot or picot with those chains, and then 1, 2, 3, 4 chains. I'm going over the picot or picot, and I'm making 1, 2 chains. I'm gonna join the next picot or picot with my 2 chains and 1 chain, and I'm going back to make a picot or picot, and then 4 chains over my next stitch, over my next picot or picot, and then 1, 2, and I'm grabbing my last picot or picot on the opposite side, and I'm making 1 chain, and then I'm gonna join them and make 1, 2, 3, 4 chains, and I'm gonna grab this chain on this side, and I'm making another set of picot. Okay, so we're making 1, 2 chains. We're gonna grab this popcorn stitch over here, and we're making 2 more chains, and we're gonna join it at the top. So this one is completed. Okay, so you have something now that looks like this. So you have 3 joined. We're gonna join the 4th one. Okay, so when you're one, you need to have 2 sides. So 2 sides that are incomplete. So you should have 3 here and 3.5 here, popcorn stitch. So I'm gonna start with the top here, and I'm gonna push my needle through the top. I'm gonna take my needle with my 2 chains, so make sure you make 2 chains where you have the 1 popcorn stitch, and I'm gonna pull it through, and I'm gonna make 1 chain, go back in to complete my next set of popcorn stitch. And we're gonna make 1, 2, 3, 4 chains. We're going in the stitch after the popcorn stitch, and we're gonna make a total of 1, 2 chains. We're going in the popcorn stitch, pulling our loop through, make 1 chain, and we're going in the first stitch, and then 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going over that picot on the opposite side, and then 2 chains. We're gonna grab our picot again, and 1 chain. We're gonna make a picot on this opposite side, and 1, 2, 3, 4 chains over the next picot on the opposite side, and then we're making 2 chains. We're gonna join the last picot here on the peach rather, and then 1 chain, and we're forming another picot, and then 1 2 3 4 chains, and we're gonna make a set of popcorn stitch in here. Okay, so 1 2, so we made 2 chains, so we can join the popcorn stitch, and I'm gonna join the popcorn stitch in the peach here, so the opposite, and I'm making 1 chain, and I'm gonna make a total of 4 double crochets, and create a picot, and then 1 2 3 4 chains. I'm going after the popcorn stitch, okay, and then 1 2 chains, and then I am just going to grab this, and I'm gonna go into the picot, and I'm making one chain, and I'm forming another picot, and then 1 2 3 4 chains, and 1 2 chains, and then we're going in the opposite stitch, and we're gonna make 1 chain, form a picot. Okay, so you're starting to have something that looks like this. Isn't that lovely? Okay, so I'm just gonna continue 1 2 3 4 chains, go over on top of that picot on the opposite side, make 2 chains, and we're gonna go in the picot on this side, and we're gonna pull it through, and 1, and form another picot on the opposite side, and then 1 2 3. Okay, so we're gonna join our motif on this side, so 2 chains, and then we're gonna go in this set of stitch, and I'm making 1 chain, and then I'm gonna go in where I have the 2 popcorn stitch and the 1 popcorn stitch here, and I'm gonna make a total of 4 double crochets. I'm pulling them through, and then 1 2 3 4, I'm going over my popcorn stitch, and then I'm making 1 2 chains, and then I'm gonna join them with a picot or picot on the opposite side, and 1 chain, and then 1 2 3 4 chains, go over, and then 1 2, and then back in the opposite picot here, and we're gonna join this, 1 chain, and then in the opposite, and 1 2 3 4 chains, going over on top of that picot, and 1 2 chains, and we're gonna take the last picot, and we're gonna pull our yarn through, and then 1 chain, go back in that stitch, and we're making 1 2 3 4 chains, and we're just gonna pull everything together. So I'm going to take my needle out, I'm going in this stitch, okay, I'm hanging on to my 4th stitch and my last set of popcorn stitch, and I'm pulling everything through, And there you have it, all done. Okay, so don't forget to hit that subscribe button, give the video a thumbs up, leave me a comment, and keep watching for many more. So that's what it looks like. Okay, until next time, many blessings. Take care. Bye.